Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. We are straight into the action today as I'm judging sheep at Honley show in the sweeping hills of West Yorkshire. And the reason I said sheep is because there are so many breeds of sheep that I'm judging today, all the way from hardy Herdwicks to French Blue Domains. But we started the day with an unexpected surprise, judging the Texels, as the judge unfortunately was ill today. Not too different from the Clinge really, wink wink. Once I'd picked my way through all of these, I left myself a really smart Shearling Ewe as champion and a Ram Lamb taking reserve. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are starting this video a bit in the middle because I've already done a little bit of judging. Today we are at Honley show and I'm judging a couple of the breed sections. I've started off doing some Texels, and then we are judging any other any other breed, which is going to be quite interesting because there's about 10 breeds to go at. The weather is a bit changeable. It was raining earlier, it went nice for judging thankfully. And yeah, really nice little show. We're going to nip for a coffee because we've got a bit more judging to do, and then we'll have a little bit of a look around the show. For those of you who are new to sheep showing and judging, I'll quickly explain what's going on today. So in general, sheep are shown in breed classes where they compete against each other with the same breed, just like you saw with the Texels earlier. But if there is not enough individual breeds, they go into a mixed class, which is what I am judging today, normally called any other breed. They compete in different age groups, lambs, shearlings and finally aged, which are also split into sexes, ram and ewes. The winner of each class competes against each other to become the champion. Next up was the aged ram, with a really nice Portland being the only competitor, but don't worry, there were some bigger classes to come. As there were a mixture of breeds throughout the day, my key points for judging were structural, teeth, feet, pasterns, so on. It's very hard to compare breeds, so by judging this way, it meant that the better sheep for breeding and longevity was what I was looking at. And when it comes down to it, in the back of my head, I was thinking purely, is that a better quality Shetland or Cheviot, for example? Not comparing like for like, as that's simply impossible. As you can see, we are now onto the Ram Lambs, a far larger class including Cheviots, Swarbles, Badger-faced Texels, Dutch Spotted and Portlands. The top three were all great on their legs and mouths, simply for style and all-round quality of a lamb. The Dutch Spotted took it for me, not far followed by two Badger-faced Texels. The main thing for improvement down the line were pasterns, really nice bodied sheep all round, but not all as good as the top three on their legs. From Ram Lambs onto Shearling Ewes, now adding a couple more breeds into the mix, such as Herdwicks and a couple of Blue Texels. We also had another thing to add to the specification list, and that is to make sure their teats are correct so that they're good for breeding and when they're milking. As you can see, in every class I'm letting the sheep run as well. This is to ensure that their mobility was correct and that none of the sheep were lame. With so many to judge here, I took my time and lined up the entire line 1 to 9 with a final check, and taking this was the Cheviot. Aged ewes now, so these are ewes that have reared lambs this year, with milkiness a big factor as well as the number of lambs reared. I wouldn't particularly mark a ewe down if they're not in top condition, as these are working and still feeding their lambs. In a way, a fit ewe may show that she hasn't worked as hard. A great example of this was the Blue Domain, which wasn't the fittest ewe, but was feeding 2 lambs and had gallons of milk in her bag. A great example of a working ewe, and this is why I gave her first place. Last but by all means not least, the ewe lambs. With another class and double figures of entries, one thing I can definitely say about Honley, they weren't lacking numbers for these classes. This was probably the hardest class to judge. This is because it really should be my forte, as we produce ewe lambs for breeding, so my eye really had to be on the ball. With these being the future breeding stock for these competitors, there was something to be proud of and a great show of sheep. My personal favourite, the Cheviot, a deep long lamb which was correct, perfect for future breeding. Now all that's left is the championship, but before we get there we have the group of threes, which is a competition within itself, where each breeder picks 2 ewes and a tub of whichever age group they think shows off their breeding best. The main reason for this is to show the consistency of their stock, as they are judged as a group and how similar they are as a group too. This can be a way for buyers to see the type of sheep a farmer is producing, a little bit different as a class. After a lot of umming and ahhing, the decision was made and the Dutch spotted group were my chosen winner. Now for the breed championship, but you have a go this time. My overall champion, the Cheviot Shearling Ewe. And the superstar here has absolutely smashed it. What's your name? And what breed of sheep do you have? A dashing cock. Cool, you did really well in that, didn't you? And how old are you? 6. Very well done. Smashed it. A young handler called Otis. Say hello.
Hello.
And Otis is Ryland. You did really well in the young handler thing. Yeah. And you also were showing earlier when I was judging, weren't you? Yeah. So, what's your favourite thing about the Rylands?
They're quiet.
They're quiet? Is that really easy to manage at home then?
Yeah.
And how many do you have?
25.
25, that's a lot. That's a lot to keep
But
busy.
not violent. Text.
Oh, Texels too. Oh, cool. Well, really nice to meet you. I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Cheers. Well, that is judging all done. Championship done. I couldn't have done that by the job because the Cheviot that we put up for first, the overall champion, which I'm pretty chuffed about. So how it works, basically every person that's judged on the day rates them all and scores them all, and the one with the highest score wins champion, second reserve. But yeah, just in the goats now, having a wander around, aren't we? George is rocking the crook. Some of these are ace, aren't they?
No pressure now, it's
Well, unfortunately, we can't stay too much longer because we've got to get home. It's a 2-hour drive and it's a Saturday, so we're going to be stuck on the motorway if we don't get off. But it's been a great day here at Honley Show. The hospitality has been amazing. Massive thank you to everyone that's made us feel so welcome. We enjoyed judging loads of sheep, and there isn't much to say apart from that. It's been a quick one, it's been a fun one. I'll see you next time.
I would definitely recommend people to come in.
Yeah, definitely come to Honley next year. Little nice show. See you again, guys.